Well, it's because I've been shooting flowers 35 years straight, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, nonstop in my studio, because I just love watching them move and open, and I've been, I think, enamored with the beauty of flowers. But when I heard about the bees vanishing, I knew that was a critical environmental issue. But you can't tell the story about pollinators without telling a story about flowers, and the fact that they co-evolved together over 135 million years. So it's a perfect opportunity to really bring both my passions together and tell a story which is critical for mankind. And many scientists say it's the most critical issue facing us right now. Yeah, well, my parents were, I grew up in Brooklyn. My parents, came from Poland. They didn't take me out to nature at all. But the first images I saw of nature were on the Mickey Mouse Club, watching the True Life Adventures, and I saw time-lapse flowers opening. Probably, I think, The Living Desert was one of the first films that had time-lapse flowers that Walt Disney did. And I would say that was my inspiration. They're both difficult to do. They're very difficult to do. Um, what I love is that it opens up your awareness that we live in this world of 24 frames per second, and there are things that are too slow for us to see and too fast. Um, there are different challenges. When you do time-lapse flower, you set up a shot, and like 5 days later, it can be wrong or out of focus, and you have to do another take. Slow motion happens so quickly, it's really hard to grab. But when you grab it, at least you got it at that moment. So they're completely different and equally challenging. Well, I want them to appreciate the fact that life starts with bees and flowers, and that, I mean, how many children or even adults realize that a fruit comes from a flower, you know? Um, and if they grow a tomato plant on the backyard or on a windowsill, they'll appreciate, first of all, the biology, the botany, learning to take care of something, learning that they can do something, not like, oh, we hear about global warming, we go, oh my God, what am I going to do about that? Here you can learn about what is your native flower that grows here in France? What's a native plant? How do I identify that? How do I nurture that? Next time I see a bee, I'm not going to run away from it. I'm going to appreciate it, Bats. Bats aren't, blood-sucking vampires to be, you see in a scary movie. Without bats, there wouldn't be the Sonoran Desert. We just need to be more educated. And I think if you're more educated and you see the beauty and the images in the movie, you'll protect them the next time people want to kill them. Well, it's very difficult to keep focus on anything that's so small that moves quickly. And there's a lot of shots that just didn't come out. It was difficult. I think with the orchid bee, the first sequence in the movie, I only had one orchid flower, and it opened up very quickly, and we got that sequence of the orchid bee that falls into the bucket. We were very lucky to get that. Um, and the same thing with the bats. I mean, I waited 4 nights in a row, did an all-nighter, and nothing happened. So, that was hard. Plus, I was in Mexico. I was suffering from Montezuma's revenge. I was scouting during the day. It can be miserable at times. Well, I think that Disney appreciates quality, and I think all my life I've strived to shoot quality imagery from at least a technical point of view. And the fact that I celebrate life and try not to make films that are about exploitation, like horror or sex or violence, means that I think our values are aligned. Blacklight is the name of my company, and I go out and I shoot things because I'm passionate. So sometimes we have a stock library where we license imagery for features, for music videos, for commercials as well. I'm also launching something brand new called movingart.tv, which will be a channel of nothing but gorgeous, beautiful, inspiring nature imagery that we can see in HD or 3D in your home. Well, it was the first time that Disney was launching Blu-ray. This was about 3 or 4 years ago. And so that was like a brand new technology, and he needed access to high quality imagery. So what happened was, like, for example, on the releases like, I don't know, dinosaurs, Origins, yeah. Right, that I came up with a short subject that was thematically related to the movie. And it was a great opportunity to put this high quality imagery together in a kind of a short form that was a good complement to the movie. I think I work the same way. I mean, I think the goal is to shoot magic moments, you know? Mm-hmm. And if you can get people opening up their heart, talking about wisdom like in America's Heart and Soul, it's a similar challenge to shooting nature. You know, again, for me, what's important is that the lighting be beautiful, not be for beauty's sake alone, because it helps tell the story, you know? So if you're with a coal miner, in America's Heart and Soul, and there's only one light source coming off his helmet, that helps you feel what it's like to be a coal miner. Same thing with a dairy farmer, the same thing with a bike messenger in New York City. The lighting is part of the story. And I love being able to complement the lighting to the emotion of what's being told as a storyteller. I'm I'm working now on an IMAX 3D film called The Hidden Worlds, and it's everything that's too slow, too fast, too small, and too vast for the human eye to see. So it'll be everything from the atom and molecules to glaciers that move in time lapse. It's going to be an amazing journey.